Roo! Wild Pack, it's Mama Bear, aka Bernadette, and I'm here with your pick a card tarot reading for March 2024. So if I if I giggle and laugh and make a general fool of myself through this entire reading, I promise you it's because I just got out of a class. A class I'm doing a 7-month mentorship, right? And during this class today, we did evidential psychic medium development. That's part of the training. And so this card is about everything we were talking about today. And here it is. And so I'm talking in circles, but let me just say this. For those of you, for if you and I have not met yet, I'm Bernadette King. And though most folks call me Mama Bear, and you might have seen these floating around, the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, multi-award winning, best-selling deck, and then my book, The Wisdom of the Wild Ones, the Encyclopedia of Animal Spirit Guides, 728 pages, 300 animals, the definitive work on spirit, totem, and power animals in the world. In the world, no joke. There's nothing nearly as comprehensive in the entire world. Anyway, that's me. And I only say that because I said this on I said this on the February readings, and then it happened again. I read some gal and she's talking about the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, and she's just going on and on. Last month it was the book. This time it was the deck. And I just had a whole conversation with her about the deck, and she still hadn't put it together that I'm Bernadette. She hadn't put it together. So one day maybe she will. But it's hilarious. But why I'm laughing is I want to say something before I get started with the reading. And for those of you out there that are readers or are studying to be readers or want to be readers, in all seriousness, I I teach tarot. I totally do. And my deck, the Arc, is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot. Yes, it is. And then it also has let me just show you your card of the month is the 9 of Cups, right? Okay. And we'll get to that card in just a minute, but the animal that accompanies that is the pufferfish. And you're like, the pufferfish, what does that have to do with the 9 of Cups? Well, you're going to find out. And the reason that I go through all of that is there are 149 cards in my deck. And I shuffled, 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 poof, out comes the pufferfish. And it has everything to do with a really core element of this class that I taught today. And so I want to put it out there. I always put it out there when I teach tarot. I believe in magic. I believe in meant to be's. I don't believe in chaos. I don't believe in random. I don't believe in coinky dinks. I don't. Whether we're doing this by design or it was preordained or I'm just not a big believer in chaos. Chaos is no good. So I I cannot say beyond a shadow of a doubt that the pufferfish, which is the 9 of Cups, which correlates so much to the class, like 3 hours, 2.5 hours, however long it was today. I I can't say that there wasn't some of me. I wasn't looking at the imagery on the cards, but my touching the card and feeling the vibration of the card and you know um oh my God, 30 years I've been teaching metaphysics and the word is escaping me. When you feel something and you get a message from what you're feeling, sweet bejeebus, sweet baby Ray. It's barbecue sauce down here down south. It's BOGO at Publix right now, just so you know. So anyway, and they're sweet and spicy, delish. It's better than Sunny's. So anyway, I'll think of it in just a minute, but I can't say that the card showed up. I do believe the card showed up because it was supposed to. You'll figure out why in a minute. But I can't say that I didn't feel the vibration of that particular card because the animals and I are so intimate in our terms of our relationship. It's so deep. Maybe I felt that and went, oh, okay, that's the card. And here it is. So just think about that maybe when you are working with your cards, that you might be feeling the imagery and the meaning of that card without seeing it, of course. and you might be choosing that card for whatever reason. Hopefully the reason is that it will help your client in some way. Now, here's what I will tell you. I believe what movie is that from? Shrek. And so I do believe that this card, if you'll allow it, will be so helpful for you in a chakra that you may not even imagine. So, when we talk about the 9 of cups, we're talking about the suit of cups, and we're talking about your emotions and how everything is, coming to you via the feels and all that kind of thing. And listen, the suit of cups, man, it's powerful. I mean, what suit in the tarot is not powerful? But it's interestingly powerful because we're going into the season of Pisces. March is Pisces, right? So we're going into the season of cups. And this particular card, well, here, let me put it back up again so you guys can see. So this particular card is the ruling planet is Jupiter, and then its element is, or the zodiac sign is Pisces. So we've got a double Pisces link right there. And we can talk about all the jillion D crystals that you could work with this, which goes on and on and on and on and on. But when you take a look at the 9 of cups, in terms of its meaning, its symbolism, and you're talking about the Rider Waite Smith tarot, which is, it is the standard for tarot. And I I I just I cannot get this through to you. I cannot overstate this. Let me just say that. We were working on the root chakra today, and we were working on evidential psychic mediumship. And your root chakra is what houses all of your fears. And we're taught from a very early age, don't extol our own virtues, don't speak highly of ourselves, don't talk about our I'm so sorry, you guys, I have an elderly dog, and she's having a little bit of congestive heart issues and collapsing trachea issues. So when you hear something hacking, no one's being murdered next to me. It's my poor 16-year-old Hops, and I'll have to move on from that, or I'll be bawling my eyes out and having to do this video again. But um we're taught all of that, and so there's a blockage in your root chakra, because in your foundation, you're just not taught to sit on that and be, look at that guy, he's like this. And in some ways you might think, well, he's smug looking, and he's like, yes, I'm the most interesting man in the world. But if you take another look at it, what you notice is his arms make the infinity sign, that circular infinity sign. And so you can take a look at this card in terms of all of your choices are behind you, your wishes are being granted, and it's not like you just woke up and won the lotto. Look at the cups in this card, they're empty. And that the fluid in those cups could have been water, it could have been wine, it could have been his blood, sweat, and tears. Because if you've ever achieved anything, if you've been a sports person that achieved this, if your grades, your skills or abilities and whatever, and you don't have to be famous, nobody has to know who you are, but if you've achieved a level of whatever, and that even your spirituality, even just your sense of self, rock rock on, because good for you. And you know what, we make fun of stage moms. I've got to tell you this story. Oh God. If we're just meeting, if you hate people who tell stories, click off now, because you're just gonna hate me. But so one of my sisters and I are in the home goods store the other day. And so we were in the restroom. And the reason that we were in the restroom, this is really vitally important, because we were in the restroom, y'all. And I said something, and I knew there was somebody else in there. I didn't care. I was going to talk the way I wanted to talk, and it wasn't totally gross, but I used a curse word. So my oldest sister says, "Hey, there's someone else in here. Language, please." And I thought, who is she talking to? I'm 58 years old. I know I only look 30, but I'm like, if I want to say whatever, as long as I'm not dropping the F bomb or other, maybe less desirable words all around the block and back. But my older sister told me, language, please. Are you kidding me? So I started laughing. And I was like, did you really just tell me language, please? Well, then the lady started laughing in the stall next to me. So we both get out at the same time. And she turns around and she says, I have 5 boys. Nothing you say could, disturb me, upset me, whatever, whatever. Then the next thing she the next thing she says is, "And they all show dogs." And I'm like, my sister and I are looking at each other, right? Because we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming, and here it came. And she told us, uh, not each boy, but she said her oldest boy is a national champion dog shower. Oh, yes, a national champion. Well, we're sitting in a stinky bathroom. I'm like, it's hot as hell in this bathroom. I just wanna go look at the pretty crystal things in the home goods store. But in the bathroom, this mom found time to tell us about her oldest son, who's a national champion dog shower. Now, I love that she's proud of him, so I'm not joking about that. I just do think that maybe a bathroom is not the best place to capture people because she was standing in the doorway. We couldn't escape. We would have had to like just plow her over. I would have just had to walk over her. And it was just, oh Lordy. But here's what I'm going to tell you. It is okay to be proud of yourself. It is okay to tell people you're proud of yourself. It is okay to, even if you think you've failed at something, you haven't failed because you've tried. And that's the only time that people fail is when they just don't try. They just convince themselves this is never going to happen. I can never do this. I go la 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 la. Oh Lord, it's exhausting. Isn't your fear exhausting? Wouldn't you be better served going after what you want? Wouldn't that take less energy from your mind and your heart and your gut? I never met anybody who was happy who wasn't pursuing something they wanted to do. And you know what? I'm not saying drop your career and go start a new career. If you wanna do that, great, rock on, however you figure out to do that. But even if you just wanna do a hobby something, and I'm guilty of that, y'all, I have a thing for tile. I don't know, wherever I go, I've got to look at the tile, especially in bathrooms and especially in Mexican restaurants, right? They've got the most beautiful tile work in Spanish and Mexican restaurants. So I have a thing for mosaics and multimedia art that works with tile. I've probably got $25,000 worth of equipment, tile, glass, beads, things I want to do. Uh, uh, do you think I've glued one thing to one thing? Nope. I haven't even, I got probably 6 pairs of glasses, reading glasses I've dropped on the floor, and they're sitting here with my stem right next to them. You think I've even glued those together? No, I just order more. So I understand. I don't know what my drama is. I don't know what your drama is, but you got to stop the drama because this card coming to you this month, in the month of Pisces, which is the month of emotions, it's time to pay attention to your emotions. Now, let's talk about the pufferfish. So the pufferfish, of course, wanted to be the 9 of cups because it's all about puffing up. And it's okay to puff up. It's okay to do that. Now, some pufferfish have those spiny things on them, and pufferfish fill up with air, water, air. Oh, I'd have to look that up again. I think it's air, and they puff up and then they've got those little spiny things, and that's their way of saying to predators, hey, listen, I can get bigger, and do you really want to get a hold of these spiny things? And hopefully those predators move along, and the puffer fish lives to see another day. There's a difference between puffing up to be obnoxious and puffing up because you are truly confident and proud of yourself. Case in point, let's say that you're going for a job interview. Do you want to act like you're scared of everything, or you're passive, or you're just, you hello, the lights may be on potentially, but nobody's home? No, you want to be confident. And if somebody asks you about an accomplishment, you tell them. You tell them and celebrate yourself and help celebrate others when they accomplish something. And help celebrate them when they help celebrate somebody else and they're lifting others up. Do that. And that is what the month of March is all about, is puffing up for yeah. Don't I wish? So if you if you puff up, you're gonna want to puff up a lot during March and get in touch with your emotions. But the other kind of puffing up, like the fish, it, I don't know what this is going to be, but I promise you, if you are watching this pick a card tarot and animal scopes reading for the months of March, I'm telling you, something's going to go on for you during March and you're going to be like, do I puff up? Now, you may have to puff up to get somebody to back down. That's entirely possible. I don't feel that way so much. Oh, look, feelings. Because why? Because I'm a water sign, triple Scorpio. I'm all up into this water sign, cups, Pisces. Man, that's my people, right? So, oh wait, that's my people. So I I don't feel like for most of you it's going to be anything like you've got to back somebody down unless it's yourself. Now, you may get in a conversation with yourself because you want to move ahead with something and you're like, quit whining, quit it and do it. Just one little step forward. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. And soon I'll get my voice back from this surgery that I had, 3 months ago? God, how long does it take to get your voice back? Anyway, um, I I feel for most of you, this is like a win-win, 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 win-win situation. And if you're working, let's say that through the month of March, you just see pufferfish. And if you see pufferfish show up everywhere, and especially in odd places, please write me and tell me, because I don't recall the last time pufferfish came out in a reading. Not for a personal client and not for one of the monthly or weekly or daily readings or whatever. I just don't remember the last time. And when you're working with pufferfish as a spirit animal, it might be that gentle urging to come out of your shell, to be like, yeah, you know what? I got knocked down, but I get up again. Because again, remember, being an achiever and being successful at something doesn't mean that you've achieved the highest status or made the most money or even been the best person or whatever. It's that you get up again and you keep trying and you get up again and you keep trying. It's when you lay down and you're like, I'm done. And then all you really have to do is order mashed potatoes and maybe even some good gravy. And that'll get you right back on your feet in no time. But because mashed potatoes can cure everything. So, well, my sister's mashed potatoes. So, if you're working, if you are a pufferfish as a totem, let's say that's one of your totems, you're weird. I need to talk to you. I've never met anybody who adopted a pufferfish as a totem, but I think it's a fantastic totem because, again, if you're lifting others up, that lifts you up and that just helps everybody. And that's what people who would have a pufferfish as a totem, that's part of what they would have. And then they would be the kind of people that, it takes a lot to push them, but when they do puff up and those little spiny things go doing, it's probably time to walk away and leave them alone. Then if you're working with pufferfish as a power animal, well, that's all about you having the real confidence, not fake confidence. Oh, it makes me crazy when people go fake it if you and fake it till you make it, right? No, don't do that because you're going to get caught. Somebody somewhere is going to go, really? And then you busted. And then that just cannot, that kills your credibility right there. And it makes you look flighty when you are like, fake it till you make it. don't no, no, don't do that. Whatever you know, you know. Whatever you don't know, find out. Let me just say this again. If you're trying, kudos to you. You have mastered the 9 of Cups tarot card and the pufferfish. If it was me and I was you and I saw this reading, it is so unusual and quite frankly so filled with happy, happy, joy, joy, hope, hope. Um, I, I would probably research the Peewalican Jazzies out of pufferfishies and the 9 of Cups. There are lots of different, explanations of that card all over the internet, and upright, it 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 really is a card that are like, "Oh my god, please, everything's made for you. Your wishes are gonna be granted," so on and so forth. Okay. I might even walk around with that card in my purse, in my wallet, in my pocket, whatever. Um, I gotta tell you guys this just because I'm a little tired, so I'm a little loopy, but wherever you're gonna put that tarot card, right? Okay. So I've got a deck of baby tarot cards. They're little baby Chiyo Puno. No, no, they were a gift, and I just love them. I've worn the HE double hockey sticks out of these things. I love them. Well, in the South, and I'm like, put the card in your purse, in your wallet, in your this. Well, I live in the South, and the brassiere, the over the shoulder boulder holder is is where a lot of women here in the South put all kinds of things. Their licenses, their credit cards, their money. And in certain convenience stores, oh my God, around our city, they have signs at the register. They will not accept cash that comes out of your bra. You know why? It's sopping wet and disgusting during the summer. Here's why I go into Here's why I go into all of that. Oh god, just because the South is a funny place for somebody like me, it's very funny. But, there are all kinds of people in this world, and one of the messages that I really do believe that the 9 of Cups says to us, even though we don't necessarily see it that way, is that guy, yeah, in the card, he deserves to be smug a little bit. He's busted his hump to get to where he is. It's not like, he just got dunked on the head at birth and said, you're blessed like that for the rest of your life. Those of us that did not grow up with a silver spoon in our mouth, like moi, we have scraped and crawled and grunted and cried and sweat for everything we've gotten in this lifetime. True or not true? I know it's true. For some of us, it's been a little harder. For some of us, it's been a little easier. It's not a contest. But here's what I know: you didn't get there alone. So while this is all exciting and everything, um, another thing that I'm really being called to ask you guys to pay attention to in March is the people who helped you get to where you are, and to really take a look at that, because you could have had an interaction that at the moment seemed so minute, but it might have sent your day in a completely different direction. And what happened at the end of that day, or in the middle of that day, or during that day? What happened? It might have been the catalyst that set you on the road of achievement and success. So, um, man, I hope this has been helpful, and I hope I wish, I dream, I all of the things I tell you guys not to do. Don't wish, want, hope, or dream. You choose. So I choose, because I'm going to tell you what to do. That's what good mama bears do. I would have been such a good booby. Anyway, so I, I'm going to choose for you to have the happiest of Marches. You're going to achieve great things, whatever great things are for you. You're going to win at things you never thought to win at before. You're going to get just fabulous strength in your root chakra that will help you go after your dreams and your wishes, and you'll start to see those come true. I just know it's going to happen. And if if that does happen, or maybe it doesn't happen that much, but during March, you really have to stand up to a bully or, just really draw the line, set some boundaries, that nature of thing, get rid of some toxic, what's in your life. Okay, you blow up just like that and float around and get a big old mean look on your face and point your little pointy things towards them and watch them go, don't, and off they go. And then go treat yourself to, like, I don't know, an apple teeny, some kind of chocolate cosmopolitan. That sounds so good right now, doesn't it? Yummy. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, like here. Okay. I love you guys so much. If you have questions, if you have comments, please put them down. You know where to put questions and comments, and I will get to them. Scout's honor. And I keep saying this, but by next week, my forums will be open, and that's where I'll be hanging out because I've had enough of Facebook's nonsense. Oh, yes, the censoring. No, not for Mama Bear. So I love you. And if you don't know me yet, you'll find out quickly. I end every video, everything I do with what? Do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild.